Hello and welcome to the Happy Hour. I'm your host, and if you're watching me, that means I'm happy. Today is a very special episode of the Happy Hour because we're going to be breaking down everything that just happened at AEW's Fyter Fest, and it's 90 degrees in here and I want to go ahead and get it out of the way. So spoiler warnings for those who haven't seen it yet. Let's get this shit on the road. Fyter Fest takes place at CEO, that's Community Effort Orlando, the second biggest fighting game event in the world. During the day, thousands of gamers from all across the world came together to battle it out for supremacy, and at night, AEW settled into the Ocean Event Center for Fyter Fest. Oh, just a fresh drop of sweat down the crack of my ass. It's a joke, like Fyre Fest, you know, like the richy bitchy hoity-toity fucking festival that went all to hell. They joked about it, like a lot, like all night. After introducing announcers Logan Sama, Golden Boy, and Excalibur. Oh, Logan Sama is a nasty old dastardly dirty old heel, and he is just so mean. That's all you need to know about it. We quickly kick off the next match, which is a triple threat tag match between SoCal Uncensored, this time featuring only Frankie Kazarian and Scorpio Sky, and also the best friends Chuck Taylor and Trent Beretta. Also, newcomers Private Party making their way into the match, being made up of Mike Queen and Isaiah Kennedy. The match is a great opener, but the breakout star has got to be Isaiah Cassidy's scream. It was loud. I can't do it. Did I say Kennedy earlier? It's Cassidy. It's Cassidy. Eventually, the best friends take the win over the Private Party, but the masked man who debuted at Double or Nothing makes another return. Spooky scary. Still spooky scary. Little spooky scary. Spooky scary for you. Spooky scary for me. We do get a name this time, as the Dark Order promises a return. Next, we cut backstage to see the Young Bucks making more of the jokes about a budget being short, as two of the models upstage are replaced with mannequins. It was kind of an improvement. Up next, we saw Leva Bates, the librarian, now reluctantly accompanied by the librarian, Peter Avalon. She was facing off against Allie, known for her Impact fame. Despite interference from outside by Peter Avalon, Allie manages to pick up the victory here despite having suffered what sharp-eyed fans are going to notice as a pedigree, which Leva Bates delivers, and Allie quickly kicks out of twice. Highly protected move. Highly protected. We cut away to more budget jokes, this time Kenny Omega being informed that a musical group, a certain Blink 182, had canceled. We also get a really nice Tom DeLonge alien joke here, and that makes me smile. Our next match is a hardcore match featuring Michael Nakazawa and Alex Jabali. In case you're wondering, Alex Jabali happens to be the man that runs the CEO fighting game event and is not what anyone would describe as a seasoned veteran talent. The match goes on to feature Jabali fighting with gamepads and game controllers as weapons, Michael Nakazawa coating himself with oil, the two fighting with pool floats, and if you listen very carefully, off in the distance, you can hear Jim Cornette losing his fucking mind. Nakazawa takes the pin, and this concludes the pre-show. As we begin the show proper, commentary legend Jim Ross comes down to the stage to join the commentary team, replacing Logan Sama, and I liked that. I wasn't a fan. The first official match of Fyter Fest kicks off with Christopher Daniels, the missing member of SoCal Uncensored from earlier, and also Chima of the Stronghearts, who also appeared at Double or Nothing. Back when that happened. Fucking keep that, I don't give a fuck. Right away, the bar for the night is set high, with the two putting on a kinetic and exciting match, ultimately ending with Chima taking the victory after laying a Meteora from the top rope. That's like getting hit in the dick at 45 miles an hour. No, I'm sorry, hit with a dick at 45 miles an hour in the face. It's a dick in the face at 45 miles an hour. Nobody wants that. Maybe you want that. I don't want that. The action picks up rather quickly as our next match kicks off, featuring Rico, Yuka Sakazaki, and Nyla Rose. I thought this match was a great way to put Nyla Rose over as a brute, and also to tell a great story I thought this match was a killer way to put Nyla Rose over as a brute, and also tell a great story seeing two smaller women struggle together to put down a towering brute. I don't know why I did that, but I did that. It's in there. It's happening now. And it was a chance that they took, as while Riho and Yuka worked together to take down Nyla Rose, every time Nyla was indisposed, Yuka took the opportunity to come straight after Riho, looking for that easier pin. Riho, after taking all of this abuse, manages to scoop Nyla up into a surprise pin after a quick roll-up sequence. Nyla, enraged, then attempts to powerbomb Riho before being stopped by Yuka, giving the two an opportunity to dropkick Nyla out of the ring. Rather than celebrating together, however, Riho tosses Yuka across the ring, furious at her for her treatment during the match. And then Yuka made this face, and I cried. I cried. You cried too. Up next, we had MJF cutting an absolutely nuclear promo on the gamer audience. He called them basement-dwelling virgins with moms that swallow, and then they showed a picture of this guy. Harsh. MJF stays in the ring as the other competitors begin to fill in for this four-way match featuring Adam Page, Havoc, and Jungle Boy, who came in riding on Luchasaurus. Okay, I know last time I called Jungle Boy a twink, and I take it back. I'm sorry, he is an incredibly talented twink with a ton of future ahead of him. Don't at me. The four competitors put on a hell of a show. Jungle Boy shines here, and Havoc has the chance to pull off a straight-up, swear-to-God Shoryuken, so there's that. But the match is, at itself, clearly a picture of MJF versus Adam Page. MJF is a masterful heel here, at one point casually tossing Jungle Boy's foot up on the rope to prevent Page from securing a pin, but ultimately he is unable to stop Page from pinning Havoc for the win. Our next match is the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes versus AEW newcomer Darby Allin, who has to be introduced by the commentary team, and honestly, they lay it on a bit thick. No, I'm serious. It was like they were trying to set up a Tinder profile for him. It's like you're trying to pump up a blind date. Oh, I'll tell you about my homie. Skip the homie part. Darby sells like a motherfucking propeller in this match against the much larger Cody Rhodes, who does have a good time playing heel, at one point actually doing push-ups in the ring after sending Darby through the ropes into an ugly back bump of the axe salad. The outside. What the fuck? Something's happening. Something's going on here. Ah, it was a fart. Darby takes every opportunity in this match to put his speed and agility on display, as well as his willingness to bump his back into sawdust, including this one horrifying back bump from the top rope onto the apron that I don't even want to look at ever again in my life. Oh my God. Darby's unwillingness to quit eventually drags the match out into its 20-minute time limit, as Cody is unable to secure a pin, stopping at 2 at the bell. It was dramatic. Dramatic. Like real dramatic, super dramatic. Both men are stunned, but hardly have time to process what has happened before competitor Shawn Spears enters the ring and mercilessly lays a chair into Cody Rhodes' head. It was a mean fucking chair shot. Yeah, that one. Cody is laid out here as multiple referees and competitors come to the ring to his aid, including mega heel MJF. This and the seriousness of the announce team seems to lend a little bit of credit to the idea that the chair shot came in a lot harder than what was intended. After the smoke clears, we're introduced to the competitors for our next official main event. More on that later. The Young Bucks featuring Kenny Omega, and the Lucha Brothers featuring the Laredo Kid. The Lucha Brothers come out first and in high fashion, wearing some of the best looking ring gear in the game. But the Young Bucks are not to be outdone as they appear as Ryu and Ken, with Kenny Omega playing the role of Akuma. It was sick as fuck. I'm swearing a lot. Like a lot. It's the heat. It's the fucking heat. This match is everything that you'd expect from these two teams, with perfectly choreographed moments meshing with hard-hitting action. Kind of just like we saw at Double or Nothing. And just like I said then, it's great, and you should watch it. And I'm not even mad that they're doing the same things they did last time, because like I said, it's great, and you should watch it. That's what Simon from What Culture sounds like all the time. Kenny Omega eventually is able to pin down Laredo, and after hitting a V-trigger followed by a one-winged angel, pins Laredo Kid for the victory as the Elites take home the win. After this, we see the ring announcer go into a long spiel about how AEW Fyter Fest is technically now and officially over, but when the lights go out and come back on, we'll be treated to an unsanctioned match featuring Jon Moxley and Joey Janela. So you had your main event and then your super serious main event. The match quickly devolves into mayhem as every new minute seems to see one of the competitors going back again and again under the ring to bring out some new weapon. Janela beats Jon Moxley with a prosthetic leg as Jon Moxley produces a barbed wire wrapped steel chair but winds up taking the knocks. Both competitors wind up taking huge bumps on barbed wire boards and multiple tables were destroyed throughout. Ultimately, Jon Moxley introduces 2 bags of thumbtacks into the mix and forcibly takes off Joey Janela's boots. He then slammed Joey Janela twice onto the thumbtacks, the second time straight onto his feet. Ah! Ah, did you see it? Ah! After a final slam onto the tacks. I just can't get past the feet. It was so bad. The crowd was chanting, "You sick fuck! You sick fuck! You sick fuck!" After a final slam, his own paradigm shift finisher, Jon Moxley takes the pin, much to everyone's relief. He has little time to celebrate though as Kenny Omega runs in to seek retribution for the beating he received at Moxley's hands back at Double or Nothing. He brutalizes Moxley, hitting a pile driver onto one of the broken tables, using two of the broken tables to smash Moxley in between them, and ultimately dragging him into the live music area. It's a shame Blink 182 couldn't have made it, because this might not have happened. This could have been prevented. Kenny Omega goes on to play the role of the one-man band, beating down Moxley with the mic stand, the guitar, the drums, and ultimately the drumsticks. You fucking drummers flinched. Don't tell me you didn't. You know that shit hurts. The camera crew struggle to follow along, and one cameraman actually winds up taking a bump of his own, leading Jim Ross to exclaim, "I think Jon Moxley is smiling." He is, because the camera guy just ate shit. Omega finishes by executing Moxley's own finisher, that darn paradigm shift, at the top of the ramp, and the camera closes on Moxley's insane smile as he's no doubt dreaming of the two's match August 31st at All Out. And that, folks, was Fyter Fest. You can still watch this online for free. Just search for it through your local internet search provider, whichever that may be. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you like what you saw today. Let us know what kind of events you'd like us to cover in the future. And please, drink responsibly.